So welcome to this evening edition of How to Make a Photo in Photoshop. I want to go ahead and show you an example of what we're going to be making today. Let's go ahead and bring this up. So here we are going to have our Benjamin Franklin, everything said and done. We have our logo, we have our George Washington. I said Benjamin Franklin. I meant George Washington. And then there's a few things that I added to this as well. I'll go ahead and show you this here in a moment. So we have our borders, we have our old-timey background, we have our colors and everything. So let's go ahead and come over here. We're going to get started with new. We don't need to save this because we're just going to do it over again anyways. Let's just do default. We'll go with that for now. Alright, create. Alright, so we're going to go from that to that. Let's go ahead and start here. Let's grab our first image here. We have our picture of George Washington. So then what I want to go ahead and quickly do is right on the gradient tool, you're going to right click it and you're going to grab your paint bucket. Our colors are still here, so we're going to go up here to the red, that's more of a pink. Okay, so I want to kind of give them more of a skin tone. So right now it's blocked out because it's a smart layer, I believe is what it's called. It should tell you smart object. And basically the only thing that the difference between a smart object and a regular photo is just the fact that like whenever you make it bigger or smaller, and I can show you that too. Let's do this really quick. Edit, free transform. So like if I go bigger, it's gonna, stay actually looking pretty good because you can get it right there and you can see that it still looks good. But whereas if you were to use a regular image, regular JPEG instead of the Smart, it would start to get pixelated the closer that you uh, zoomed in on it and the bigger you made it, just because they only put so many pixels in it whenever you start to work with the image. Alright, so I'm going to make this a little bit smaller here just so we can get it back in frame. And then come down here, grab our paint bucket. So you just click on it, it'll give you the option to rasterize the smart object. So now I can edit it a little bit. So I'm going to change the skin tone a little bit. And as you can tell here, that's just a little different from what I'm doing here. I just grabbed a different shade there, but it also doesn't hurt that there's a few editing things that I've done here that makes the difference. Okay. Actually, I tell you what, let's make that a little bit of a darker. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Okay, yeah, that's better. So then we'll come over here, and then we just need white for the hair and eyebrows. And that makes that easy. Okay, so now we have our George Washington all colored in. So now we need logo. I might do the logo just a little bit different because I'm not so sure that I like just solid gray like that. Okay, so really quickly what I did here is I grabbed the quick select tool, which lets you choose the outline of the area that you're working with. So I wanted the and the W obviously, but I don't want all that other mess in the background. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to hit layer via copy. So that's still in your way. We're not worried about that just because it's there. We can do this. And then obviously with that being big and in the middle of everything, and then it looks like I messed up there a little bit, but that's okay. Just for example, we're working with this. Let's see here. We're going to grab this. Make sure we touch on that. I'm going to head over here, hit the free transform. We're going to drop it down. I mean, we want it to be a nice size because we want to be able to see it. And then go ahead. Oh, right there. Right. Get our paint bucket out. We're gonna move this up to green. We're gonna take it to a dark green. All about the Washingtons. Not really. It's probably about the Benjamins, but same difference. Okay, so now we have this set up. We have George Washington. We got the W. Now we're gonna go back in here. We're gonna grab this old put in there. And then we just want it big enough to cover everything. Okay. Now with that, we'll come over here, right click it, and then we're going to go to our blending options. To multiply. So then it just takes it, splits the different layers, and then lets you still get the images underneath. And then we're going to come down here, last but not least. Oh, hit the wrong spot here. There we go. Layer, background. This is just so I can come in and let's go this. This is just so I can come in and have a blank canvas to work with. The thing that I want to do really quick, right click. We're going to pull out a gradient tool, and up here you can see you have your different patterns that you can choose from. I personally like this one just because you can come across and do something like let's go ahead and get this one. I don't want that. I want more like an there we go. Okay. We're going to bring this up here. And we're going to put that, we're going to bring that, we're going to bring that. I also want this to layer as well. Blending options should be at the very top even though you can't really see it. So you come up here, you go to multiply, right down across everything. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to come over here, you're going to grab your regular rectangle marquee tool. Ooh, make sure layers you don't want showing aren't showing. And then we're going to give it just a nice little do that. You're going to right click it. You're going to layer via copy. So now that's kind of in the way. We want it gone. Do that one more time. That's what we want. Layer via cut. Wrong one. Okay, so do that. We want that. No. What are you doing to me? I want to delete this layer. Yep, I'm going to delete this layer. Delete that layer too. Give us what we're looking for. There you go. So now you have your border here, but as you can tell, you have kind of like the mess of everything else around the side. So what you do is you grab your cropping tool. So we're going to bring this in just to where it kind of cleans up the outside. But as you can see, there's still everything on the outside here. Just click out here. And then you just have what's left in the center. And so just kind of real quick, that's how start to finish. A little bit of difference in between the two. Obviously different style, did the W a little bit different. But those are just a few things that you can do to make your own Photoshop picture.